Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to another tutorial video. So today's tutorial video will not be math, but instead will focus on chemistry. So today we're going to discuss how to convert moles to mass. So disclaimer, this presentation was created by me, the admin of PH Tutoring Academy, and I used my personal junior high notes. So if ever I used outside sources, I have linked them in this presentation. This presentation has already been uploaded to our study group, so if you're not already in the study group, just request and I will accept. Okay, so before we start to the real solving, let's discuss some common terms used in these chemistry problems. So first, molar mass is the mass of a given element or compound. So let's say, for example, we're trying to find the molar mass of hydrochloric acid. The way you find the molar mass is that you find the mass of each individual element and then you add them together, and that is the molar mass. Next is mole. It's the standard scientific unit to measure molecules or atoms. So this is a unit. 3. Empirical formula. So this is the simplest whole number ratio of atoms in a compound. 4. Molecular formula. These are the actual numbers of atoms of each element, and it may be a multiple of the empirical formula. So if the empirical formula is the simplest, the molecular formula is sort of the multiple. So let's get started. So the way you convert moles to mass is that you follow this formula, the given mole multiplied by the molar mass, and that will give you your mass. So problem number 1. Joaquin has 2.50 ml of C3H52S and must convert the moles to mass using the molar mass as a conversion factor. So first, let's evaluate this compound using the distributive property of multiplication. So we distribute the 2 to the 5 and the 3, but not to the S. So that becomes 6 atoms of carbon, 10 atoms of hydrogen, and 1 atom of sulfur. The distributive property of multiplication only applies to those numbers inside the parentheses. So that's why there's only 1 atom of sulfur. Step 2, we're going to find the molar mass. So to find the molar mass, first find the mass of each element and multiply that by how many atoms there are. So the way you find the mass of each element, you can look at your periodic table of elements, and there is in each element there is a given mass. So first, carbon has 12.009 grams. So we multiply that by 6 because there are 6 atoms of carbon. So it's the number of atoms times the molar mass. So that will give you 70.054 grams. Next, 10 because there's 10 atoms of hydrogen times 1.008. Because if you look at your periodic table of elements, this is the mass of hydrogen. But beware that some periodic tables molar mass may differ. So it's either that the periodic table of elements states that this is the mass of a certain element, or it's quite a near estimate. So maybe 1.008. I've seen periodic tables that have 1.009. So as long as it's close, it's okay. Next, multiply 32.059, which is the mass of sulfur, by 1 because there's only one atom of sulfur. So now we have the individual masses of each element. Next, we add the results together and the final sum is the molar mass. So 72.054 plus 10.08 plus 32.059, which will give you 114.193 grams. So this is the final molar mass. So finding the molar mass is adding all the masses up. Next, you multiply the molar mass with the given mole earlier because that is the formula. So 114.193 times 2.5 because that was the given mole earlier, which will give you 285.48 grams. So in conclusion, the mass is 285.48 grams. Okay, that's it for today. That will be the first part of our chemistry series. I will be teaching different methods of how to go mass to moles and what is empirical formula, what is the molecular formula, and how do you find these things. So make sure you like our page so that you are updated with our pointers and reviewers. And make sure you add yourself to our or request to our study group because I upload a lot of reviewers there and I upload these presentations that I use. Thank you guys for listening and I hope you learned something. Happy learning!